light on who a registered student is. Is he a person who is actively going to school, who is actively coming to class, or who is actually registered where a lecturer can see his name in the portal? Then again, in his submission, streaming online, he said he was in level 200 upper. But then, just so we know, he's in level 200 upper, meaning he's yet to take his 4th semester exams in Wisconsin. And you are yet to take your 4th semester exams. And per the SRC, I don't know if it sticks to only executives, but I'm told you are supposed to write 4 semester exams to qualify.
So let me now
4 semester exams to qualify. Then
the
my last question. It's a question.
No.
So meaning I don't know when I'm asking.
You are misleading the house. Let me take you.
Okay.
You wanted to state Article 6.3 of the SRC Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
Article 6.3 is regarding council members,
Mm-hmm.
which comprises of
Mm-hmm.
the president, the vice president,
Mm-hmm.
the other executive council,
Mm-hmm.
external affairs president and secretary, the chief justice, the auditor general. And again, when you go to the provision in regarding the chairman of the electoral commission, also Article 6.3. And Article 6.3 goes to say that every student who seeks to be elected or appointed into the council shall should have a GPA of 3.0 and above.
Mm-hmm.
2, should be in final year,
Mm-hmm.
or in a case of a top-up, have done 4 semesters. That's if you are doing 3 years. Or in a case, if you are doing 3 years, you'll be in your 2nd semester. The last time I checked, the speaker and the deputy speakers are not council members. So that one doesn't hold him.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're
It doesn't hold. So then my question is he a registered student? The fact that he holds an ID card doesn't prove that he's a registered student. Thank you.
The last time I checked, registered students, students who have registered a course whatsoever. However, if we want to go into interpretation of what is the meaning of registered student, the house doesn't have that locus to determine that. It's the judicial council. So you can take a writ to any of the prerogative writs to go and seek clarification, and they can help you. So he cannot answer that question. So therefore, that question is overruled. Thank you.
You're welcome, Mr. Speaker.
Any question? Or you put the fear? Yes. Without any questions, can we take a motion or? Yes. Please, we have a yes. Is there a motion or a question? Okay, I'm taking 2 questions. Two questions. Let me take it.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, the House, I do not have any further or useful questions, but I wanted.
You don't have any useful questions?
Yes, as to pertaining his legibility. Eligibility.
Let me hear
Mr.
you.
Speaker,
Okay,
I'm saying that I do not have any question pertaining to his eligibility.
Okay, I had useful question.
Pertaining to his eligibility,
Okay.
Mr. Speaker.
Okay.
My question is a follow-up on the observer's question. Mr. Speaker, if we are saying that we want a writ to be taken for interpretation as to who a registered student is, why are we even in Parliament? Whilst we can make the rules. Mr. Speaker, I think to go up front, the Wisconsin school has got deadlines and for registration. So I think someone will be deemed not to be a registered student if he hasn't registered after the last deadline. So as it stands, we will just scrap this off and then we'll proceed as to the other agenda of the day, because, Mr. Speaker, the budget is in there and we need to quickly get there and know what's up. I see that the Vice President, who is supposed to read the budget, is here. We shouldn't keep him waiting. Let's go forward and then let's see what we can do, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. I have last one there. Sorry, because some people have not spoken. He has not caught my eye yet. How will you know? He left my eye top. Yes.
The chair in the house. I standing up and giving us what he thinks he believes in and what he thinks he can do. For not lying to this house, but stating it as it is. Mr. Speaker, when it comes to the issue of
Yes. Oh. Hello. You see,
Allow.
if a member is on the floor, you can actually bring a point of order. But if you don't bring an order, I will listen. Yes. I can bring a point of order. Let me hear you. Who is trying to put who on order now? And this one to want to put you in order. Okay, so by virtue, we are dragging this. I'm taking a motion. Either we are agreeing a motion to be moved so that we can vote whether we agree or a motion to move to reject. These are the two things we have now. So, any of the two motions. Baba, yes, let me hear you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. The chair in the House. Without any further questions and answers, I, Baba Zakaria Abdallah, I move the motion for us to swear in Honorable Enoch Alabi as our Deputy Speaker. Thank you.
Seconder. Yes, Kira.
Mr. Speaker, the House, I, Romeo Kira, I second the motion.
Okay. Many in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. Against the motion say nay. Is the part of it? Okay, so the ayes have it. Therefore, our nominee is deemed to be approved and will be sworn in by the Judicial Council member. But I think we have one more nomination to be added to the Election Commission. Where is he? Benjamin what? Benjamin Boateng Adolfo. Please, can we see you? Me, I don't know your face. Okay, you know your back. Okay. Please, can you kindly step forward and let the House introduce yourself to the House and let's. Yes, you can. Please don't be a politician.
So my name is Benjamin Boateng Adolfo, level 400 upper nursing student.
Okay.
That's a brief about myself.
Which
I am not a politician, and I plan to remain neutral in everything that happens.
Okay, so I'm taking 3 questions. One from this, 2 from this side, 1 from this side. Or yes, 2. Yeah, Baba, you've been talking too much. Any other? Yes. Okay.
So the question is, have you served in any institution, as in school, in any capacity as a leader? Now that you want to be in this position, if any, mention it for us too. No, thank you.
Hey, let him take the question.
So prior to coming to Wisconsin University, I went to nursing training school, and I was the vice president of there's an institution called GATI, which is Good. Thank you very much. So I was the vice president of Gatti at a point. I started off as a secretary and ended up as a vice president before we ended our nursing training.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, the chair in the House. Mr. Nominee, thank you on your appointment. Please, I want to ask. Thank you for accepting the appointment. In the first place, what I want to ask is, as the nominee for the Deputy Electoral Commissioner, when we, get the nod and we approve you, what assurance can you give to the House? Member. Okay. So I want to know, what assurance can you give to this House that you work diligently with the forthcoming elections, SRC elections, that you will be, taking part, you will be in the helm of affairs. I want you to assure this House the role that you play to make sure things will be in order. Thank you very much.
Okay, to answer your question, we all know the roles of an EC or the commissioners of Electoral Commission. And if we're going by what we see, what we've witnessed in all our elections, not just in this institution, but also out of the institution, they always remain neutral. And me assuming this role, I know I have to remain neutral. So I can give you the assurance 100%. I'm going to remain neutral together with the other members. Thank you.
The Speaker of the House, please, my question is, before you become a member of the SRC, your GPA is supposed to clock 3 points, something.
No, that's also not correct. Please, it's not correct. The GPA of 3.0 is to the chairman of the Electoral Commission. I think the other members should read the constitution. So that one is overruled. Unless there are other questions, that one will not work. Thank you. Yes, Baba, let me hear you.
Yeah, sure.
Was somebody? Oh, not that short. Yeah, let's continue.
Thank you very much once again, Mr. Speaker. The chair in the House. I must say that I like his stature. Yes. I'm driving at something. Because, Mr. Speaker, in our last elections, we heard that. Yes, please. Let me land. Yes, it's a question to him. Yes. In our last two elections, we heard that somebody slapped. Yes, let's be truthful. Somebody slapped an official and all that. Boss, Mr. Nominee, I want to find out from you. Me, I'm lenge. But somebody might be thick tall when he comes and slaps you, would you be able to stand there?
No, I won't let him answer that question.
Mr. Speaker, that is because if somebody comes to slap him and he leaves that side, would we have a free and fair election?
I believe that Wisconsin students are law abiding, and nobody has intention of beating anybody. I have witnessed a couple of elections from Miracle Padua, the Agala and Raj election, the Clan of Titan, very serious one. Still, Miracle completed. Nobody bust their eyes. So I don't think that should be a legitimate question that we should let us watch that somebody. I don't think so. So by standing on that, I overrule that question.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
George, you want to just poke my eyes? Let me hear your question.
Mr. Speaker of the House, honorable member, please, my question is, since you are a nursing student, what if on the day of election coincides with your clinicals? Would you forsake your clinicals for the election, or you forsake the election for the clinicals? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that question. I think this is a very good question. So I am a practicing nurse. So I'm not obliged to go for clinicals all the time. And me accepting to fill this role means that I'm ready to do anything for the SRC. Thank you.
All right, so questions are done. Questions are done. We have to move on. Thank you. So, if there are any reasons, unless this is what a clear directive, if there are any reasons why you think his appointment should not be given or whatsoever, that one we will take it because it might be a legitimate concern. No, aside that, I think we should bring a motion or whatsoever, then we just proceed from there. Yes, Nanaya. You know you cannot move a motion, right?
No, I'm not moving. I just want to make some clarification. That's all. I just want to make a clarification. Not really like a question to him.
Let me hear you.
The Speaker of the House. So once again, my name remains Nobu Ebenaita, popularly known as.
DJ
Thank you
7.
very much. Okay, so I just want to know members of the department, because I know the EC to be a nursing student, and now he also a nursing student. I just want to know the department of the other members, especially the deputy EC, just so, because as it stands, and when you ask me, I'm a bit of women empowerment, but then since I was told he's not the deputy EC, I know the EC to be a male. It would be nice, because consistently coming into this forthcoming election, we've had either the EC a woman and the deputy EC a man, or the EC a man, just so, like you stated, just so in case of any incasity, we'll have, and I'll be a bit surprised if there's no LLB students in the commission. I'll be a bit surprised. Okay, but then, it's just that was just a clarification I just want to know.
So
thank you.
The deputy EC, the day they came, was a female. A communication and IT. Communication. IT. BMS. Okay. So a BMS student. And I know there is an LLB student as well. And the rest. But I don't have them like off head. So maybe that one we can speak to the, what do you call it? The executive members, if they can provide the composition of the members and the faculties that they come from. I think that one can be done. Okay. So, let me hear you, Baba.
Mr. Speaker, I don't envy your chair at all. The chair in the House.
Yeah, yes. One's here.
The chair in the House. It seems our brother Ebenaita is taking us back. At least in our previous engagements, we know that if you want to be an observer, you write to the House for approval before you come and sit down and debate or bring your suggestions. Mr. Speaker, without further questions and answers and suggestions, Mr. Speaker, I move the motion that we approve the nominee for the EC position. Thank you.
Nanaya, let me hear you. Let me hear you. Nanaya, let me hear you.
Mr. Speaker, the House.
Are you being threatened?
No, but that was needed. Okay. Mr. Speaker, the House, I've known this gentleman for some time. His character has proven to be of high moral standards. And also, I see him eating at the cafeteria with the ladies a lot.
It's come from Nanaya.
I had to say that. Yes. So
it's surprising when it's coming from Nanaya.
So,
order.
So, Mr. Speaker, on that note, I second the motion that he be approved as a member of the EC. Thank you.
Okay. So, in many who are in favor say aye. Those who are against say nay. Okay, so I think today the nay has been blamed. So, all right. So, thank you. You may resume your seat. So these are the two nominations that we have. I think we'll invite the deputy and the member of the Judicial Council to swear them in. Then maybe the deputy speaker will take the chair. All right. So, Honorable Justice Courage, can you kindly help do the swearing in? What did you say? Please, we have passed that side. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker of the House, thank you for the opportunity in inviting us here this evening. My name is Justice Courage Abiu. I'm standing on the authority of the Chief Justice of the Judicial Council. But before I proceed, Mr. Speaker, it is important for me to convey the message of the Chief Justice to you. Sadly, as it sounds, I think I'd have to say that the Office of the Chief Justice and the Judicial Council, for that matter, haven't been so pleased with communication to us in inviting us to perform very, very important judicial functions of this august house. So it is our collective talk and message to the House that we plead that next time, let the communication come well and also come early to us so we can be able to prepare ourselves well. It is a very important exercise. It needs a composure of mind, composure of thought, and it's not something that we just have to rush into. I had to come from a very long distance to come and conduct this. That is a message from the Honorable Chief Justice. And also, having said that, I'm doing this not just as a member of the Judicial Council, but also as a fully appointed Republic Oath State Commissioner. So the powers are very duly. On that note, Right Honorable Speaker, I would want to call the first nominee. No, I think according to your rules, you're supposed to swear in the Electoral Commission member. So please come forward. Mr. Speaker, I don't know the exact procedures of your house, if you use a Bible or we just go straight to the point. Okay, so in the absence of a Bible or a Quran, I think you probably just raise your right hand and then you would say after me, I. Please take the mic.
I, Benjamin Boating Adofo,
On assuming office as a member of the Wisconsin International University College SRC,
on assuming office as a member of the Wisconsin International University SRC,
do hereby in the name of God swear,
do hereby in the name of God swear,
solemnly affirm
solemnly affirm
that I will strive at all times
that I will strive at all times
to preserve, protect,
and
defend the SRC Constitution,
defend the SRC Constitution,
especially the principles of meticulous accountability, and that I hereby wholly dedicate myself to the service and welfare of the students of Wisconsin International University. I further solemnly swear, affirm that I shall not be found wanting in the discharge of my responsibilities as a member of this committee, nor place myself in such a position as to frustrate the efficient functioning of the committee. So help me God. You may resume your seat. Okay, so honorable members, we will take the second in the person of the nominee for the office of the deputy speaker. So like we did for the first nominee, I would say and you will say after. So this is the oath for members of parliament. I,
Enoch Alabi Nyamawoko.
Please, your right hand up. Yeah. So we begin again. I,
Enoch Alabi Nyamawoko.
Having been elected to the parliament of the SRC, do hereby in the name of God swear, solemnly affirm, that I will bear true faith of allegiance to the SRC Constitution, uphold, preserve, protect, and defend the SRC Constitution, and expose with faithful zeal any act, commission, or omission, or any other matter that would undermine the SRC Constitution. So help me God. Honorable Speaker, I'm done.
So thank you very much for the service done as Honorable Justice Courage Abiu. So the next agenda, and I hope it should be the final one, we have to go, will be the presentation of the SRC budget. But before I have something, okay, let me hear you.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much for the opportunity once again. The chair in the House, I believe that it will be very unfair to let our Deputy Speaker sit right beside me after he has been sworn into office. Thank you very much.
That's correct anyway, but the proper positions in sitting is when a speaker is sitting, you know, the old the old practice whereby the speaker and the deputy speaker sits together to chair. I don't know. Unless the House bring a directive, I feel it is not right. Because when the speaker is chairing, it's the speaker who chairs. In my absence, or if I vacate, like I rise to move out, he would graciously occupy the seats. But if he sits here, we are all discussing, we can just have only one chair. So it is right where he sits there. Yeah, that is, unless the House have a different view on that. Thank you.
I would like to congratulate my co-members. My co-SRC members for their appointment. They just had congratulations. But I would like to caution my brother here that the next time he's addressing people in public,
please,
he
hello,
shouldn't
order,
address people
take
in
notes,
a
take
way.
notes,
No, he said that.
please, the speaker's on the floor. Listen, there is no brother here, there is no sister here. Everybody is an honorable member.
Okay.
And he's Nomowoko area Madina, so I don't know how he's your brother.
No, who is that? No, Mr. Please, your name. Mr. Odufuo, right? I didn't like how Honorable here addressed him. I'm not happy at all.
Overruled. We have no. Please. Overruled.
Why?
Overruled because please resume your seat. The speaker is on the floor. Can you resume your seat? Resume your seat, Madina.
You're not being fair to me. Seriously.
Please resume your seat. I'm on the floor. Resume your seat.
Anytime I get up to talk, you don't let me land.
Resume your seat. The speaker is on the floor. Just resume your seat. I know. Anytime I sit here, before I will leave, you see, so please, the issue is that I am putting in order because the issues you want to address, we have passed there. No, the point is that, you see, when we are learning, we learn right. When a motion is tabled, and then it is slided, or if you realize I asked the question that if for any reason you think he should not be approved. Now, Parliament have approved him and all those things. So as it stands now, everything you say, so advice, so all right, so one house. Okay. You see, hello house. I want to give you two people in the Ghanaian parliament and let us analyze. You see, activities or people's demeanor is not a business of parliament. Other than that, Katie Hammond wouldn't have gone to parliament long. He would have been sacked long time ago. Now, Katie Hammond and Steka are going to join in one. I hope how to get a trade ministry will get. So in parliament, people's personal life or whatsoever, unless he is breaching a particular proceedings or how he is carrying himself is seriously disrespectful to the house. Other than that, his demeanor or how he chose to answer questions, he has the right on how to do that. And that's how I think. So if there is any advice, you can go behind. Just like ATM went to cover somebody's face in a camera in a press conference. I think we can do all those things. But in the floor, I won't allow those things. So therefore, I'm sorry. Thank you. So the next one, we'll just take it. So today, the budgets will be read. We won't debate it. Hello, please. I'm giving a direction to the House. Let's listen. The budgets will be read. We won't debate it. However, please listen, the way you open your eyes. The budget will be read. It will not be debated. However, what is going to be happening is that members of parliament will get the copies, take all your notes and whatsoever. The next sitting might be an online sitting or whatsoever. Then we can approve it. Because, listen, because of the time, hello, or because you, let's take the budget, I beg. So please, let's just listen and then let's see how it will be. I beg you, because as it stands now, we cannot debate the budget today. Because 1, 2, each of you will speak 1 hour, 1 hour. You see, so Emfa today. So I beg, let me hear you.
Mr. Speaker, the chair of the House, I believe if as serious as this budget is, and with the history we have with budget approval, in the spirit of transparency, then I believe let's slide the budget also, then have a sitting for the budget. Except that, Mr. Speaker, when the budget is read, we should see to it that we debate it and go through it. I'm saying this because of what happened last semester.
Yes.
Because we have project that was discharged whereby their budgets were not approved by this House.
Okay.
And which the House is very, we all know. So, Mr. Speaker, respectfully,
so now let me give you
honorable members, my fellow colleagues, please, for the sake of our student body, the trust that they have in us, we should seek to it that the right thing is done. Thank you.
Okay, so the right thing is what I want. Please, let your hands come down. And let me show you also the right thing. A budget for education purposes. If I'm wrong, the Nanaya and the Portia could give us, unless I'm wrong. A budget, as we know, is a bill. Let's take that. When a bill is read, we have first reading. If you want us to go with the right thing, the day of budget reading, that day it is not debated. Reasons, because it's supposed to be given to members of parliament for them to peruse it. So when it comes to the day of reading, the day of debate, you can debate it. Then if in those instances we have committee levels and all those things, we're going to look at, because if a budget is a bill, you don't just debate it instantly, because you are not even privy to this. You might not be able to make a very solid argument out of it. This is not an instance where last semester we used a committee, where committee had to engage. Now, I want parliamentarians to scrutinize the budget. So if it is being read, we suspend sitting. Now you have a copy of the budget. You have either hard or soft copy. You peruse it. Now you can make a very solid argument. Pasha, when a bill is being laid on the floor of Parliament, I know we have 3 readings. Is it just the first reading, the first day, and start to be debated? So can you kindly give some education? I beg you. No, I want her to give some education. Oh, please, I want you to give the education for me. I beg you. Okay. Nana, would you want to? Okay, so kindly provide those. Since we want to learn right, we have to go to technicalities. Yeah, let me hear you.
Mr. Speaker, the House.
Like your voice have gone down.
Yeah, because when it comes to issues of legality, we must be precise.
Yes.
And in doing so, we must speak in a clear tone so that everybody would, be blessed with the knowledge.
Okay.
So, Mr. Speaker, when it comes to bills in Parliament, the right procedure is that after the bill has been proposed and read, which is the first reading, parliamentarians will convene back and then go and scrutinize the bill and come back for debate. Then later, not come back for debate and explanation. Then later, the committees will be set out as to the various segments of the bill to look into it. Thereafter, a report will be made back to Parliament. Then they determine as to the approval or otherwise. Yes. So
Thank you. So by so doing, I am giving a directive to the House, and let's get the directive carefully. In as much as we wouldn't go with the committee this semester, this budget will be scrutinized, will be read today. Parliamentarians are going to get copies. The next one, the next time we convey, we are going to debate it, approve segments and all that. We wouldn't do the second or third reading of committee. So the second time we meet, solely budget, A to Z, and we finish. So you take all your notes. There there's no reading again. You just call yes, papa, so that is that. So no more questions. Let us allow them to come and read and let's go. Are you Kelufriata or you are? Yes, so they will share copies. The General Secretary, please, do you have a source copy of the budget? Do you have a soft copy of the budget? Maybe we'll send it. Okay. But the hard copy, kindly share for members of parliament to have it as well. Oh, the secretary is here. Welcome. Look at our secretary. She's nice. Wow.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes, I agree. Share it. So, in correct procedures, we have resolved that. No, that's it. It's not for him. We cannot have two people presiding at the same time. Overruled. Today, he's a politician. Let's continue. Let me hear you. Let me hear you. Let me hear you. Let me hear you. Alabi. Alabi.
As we are all here, the House hasn't agreed that we are changing the status quo. Mr. Speaker, I plead with you to let him feel the taste and the warmth of the chair.
Yes, so. Yeah, I mean order. Let's hear the order. Let me hear you.
Mr. Speaker, this issue has been resolved. This issue is a matter of procedure. And the procedure has been outlined. Let's follow the procedure. And let's proceed. The procedure is that we cannot have two chairs at a meeting. The Constitution clearly states that the speakers have
You want to change?
It's not changed.
Why are you crying more than a bereaved? Overruled. Overruled. You can bring a written motion. If that one will not work, go to the Judicial Council. Let's continue.
Mr. Speaker, I deem it a great honor and privilege to
You don't have a document
into this August House to read the part of the second semester of the 2022-2023 academic year budget on behalf of our financial controller, who is due to some condition is not
one
present
house,
in the
one
country.
house, one house. Come again. I didn't hear you. No, let us listen. Then we'll set. Let's hear you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I was saying that we members seated here, honourable members here, were not ready for our Vice President to start with his budget reading. And
on what grounds?
On the grounds that at least no motion was even moved for him to come and stand here. Mr. Speaker, I believe that.
No, That is not correct. That's not correct. That is not correct. You see, when if you want to go through procedurals, let me now try my best to educate you on procedurals. When a budget is being presented by the executive arm to the legislature, no motion is being raised. You don't move a motion for finance minister to appear. What happens in the natural procedurals is that a committee for parliamentary business set up and said, today this is what's happening. And in our case, the speaker calls a meeting and said, motion will be read, budgetary readings will be done. No, I called him. It doesn't matter. So should I repeat? Should I repeat? Okay, so shall we call on the... Charlie, you can use your chair. Okay, can you use your chair? But... Okay, so please, as he is coming also, as we are going to call him, let us also be guided that no one should also raise issues on why it's being presented by the vice president but not the financial controller, because the financial controller presents budget on behalf of the SRC Council. Yes. And in the absence of the financial controller, the SRC Constitution, when you look at the portfolios, council members, that's Article 4, you see that the SRC vice president say any other function given to him by the SRC Council. So by those grounds, that is how he is standing here today to read the budget. Okay, good. So shall we call the vice president to present the budget for the semester to us? And why are you clapping? Baba, I have not seen your eyes. Let me hear your eyes. Let me hear you. Let me hear you.
The chair of the House. Mr. Speaker, I think as to the document the Vice President is about to present, we don't have, and I think it is very unfair on behalf of the members that as important as the budget is.
There's a point of order there. Okay, formation. Okay, let's finish. Let him finish.
So, Mr. Speaker, I don't know if we are still going back to what happened last semester. That in the case of budget, it looks as if we'll be begging for this document before we begin it.
Are you moving a motion? Are you moving a motion? No, I want to find out. I'm just saying. I'm just making a comment. Okay. So very well. Comment well noted. Let me hear you. No, I didn't actually say that. I said we are doing a different approach. I said we won't involve you. There are two different things. So you see. Thank you. Yes. One house. No, he has been alleged as what?
Yes, and he was an honorable member of our committee, and we really acknowledge his impact in the committee, but he left willingly because after engaging him in a conversation, he had to leave. So since he has left and some members are not attending our meetings and showing that they are part of us, we would like to engage other parliamentarians who are interested in such places to join us to also come in.
Okay, so I want to see our time of the 2 hours is elapsed. Hey, so please, House, I am trying to give a directive to the House. Let's just listen to it carefully. Concerns have been raised to the fact that the members don't have copies to the budget, and then they would have to peruse the budget as we want it to go. By so doing, I propose that a motion should be tabled for the budget reading to be suspended. Please. I propose for the budget reading to be suspended until either a soft copy document. Listen, soft copy is also service. There are cases to show that we can tell you that you can serve notice on soft copy. So, for a later date whereby we've realized that the executive members didn't prepare to serve all members of the GCL. So, therefore, the budget reading have been suspended. So I'm coming. No, hold on. Let me finish. Please, let me finish. Sorry. I didn't finish. Please. So it is a suggestion I'm bringing to the House. So if an honorable member can move a motion for the budget, please listen carefully. One house. Human beings, one house. So, for a motion, if an honorable member will move a motion, either for it to be suspended or it be seconded, or a counter motion. So let me hear George. Let me hear you. Okay. Hey. Tommy, let me hear you. No, there's a motion. Either a counter. Then you resume your seat. Resume your seat. There's a point of order. So there's a motion. Hello. So let me ask a question. Do we have the source copy right now? No. So in that regards, you were the same person arguing that you need a copy. One house. Let me engage you. Is it interesting to engage?
We are all talking about this time factor so that our next sitting, we will not go back because this was advertised in this agenda. I believe that the vice president read the budget, and so therefore, the next time we come, we will consider it.
But he also made a counter motion.
So I am moving a counter motion for the budget to be read.
Okay, so now, Honorable House, you see, in one breath, you see, I said, I'll go kune, you see, on one breath, you were, it doesn't matter, you'll be fine. In one breath, you were making an argument that you don't have a copy of the budget. And right now you're making that argument. Now you say you want to still read.
Mr. Speaker, I hope you are engaging me, and so therefore
Yes.
I have to respond to this.
Yes.
In the spirit of knowing what is in this budget, okay? In the spirit of transparency, that's why I said we need
Which spirit is that?
But if the SRC Council can make the soft copy available for members and also can make this document available for members
I want to
by end of
understand.
day
So you
tomorrow.
mean that you want a... Now, Melvin, the General Secretary, I want to ask, can you make a copy available in the next 3 minutes right now? No, are you all Melvin? Can you? No, in the next 3 minutes. No, in the next 3 minutes, source copy right now. I'm asking.
Do we have the soft copy?
Like right now, 3 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, the House, good evening. I'm Melvin, the General Secretary. The soft copy won't be available in the three next minutes. But if you can wait for 10 minutes.
No, we can't.
That will be fine.
Okay, thank you for finishing us.
Honorable Speaker.
Now, please. Let me hear Thomas. Thomas, let me hear you.
First of all, the format in which this budget, Mr. Speaker of the House, first of all, the format in which this budget has
There's
been
a point of order. Let me hear you. I agree. Okay. So you see now the motion is you raise the motion, he raised a counter motion. So unless you are seconding the counter motion or you are raising a new motion, do you understand? Yes, George, let me hear you. Any seconder? Anna Baba, let me hear you. Okay. That's okay. So thank you very much. So, in many who are in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. So the ayes have it. Therefore, the budget reading has been suspended to a later date to be communicated, which is going to be an online sitting. You don't agree with the online sitting? Even the school, the whole school is going online. All right. So AOB, just three. AOB. Let me hear you. Let me hear you. Yes. If we are suspended, no comment from the budget. Because there's no budget. No comment from it. It has not been read. It has not been read. So you cannot argue it. There is no budget now. Overruled. Overruled. Listen. Hello. Hello. One house. You see, in one breath, you are saying that the budget is suspended. Again, you can still advise backstage. There is no budget being laid. Do we have a budget being laid? So they can collect it. Overruled. So AOB. Yeah, Gigi. So can you return the budget? Okay, there is no budget. No. Please give them back. Honorable observer, don't be a thief. Bring it. So can you bring them back? So I need three. Before we go with an AOB, I would want our observers from VVU, they led by their speaker, Honorable Desmond, if they have a word for us. So let's hear from them. Let's hear from them.
Thank you, the Chair of the House, for this opportunity. My colleagues and I here, we don't have much to say, but we'd like to say thank you for granting us the opportunity to be here today. At least we've been able to learn so many things from you, the seniors, and we believe as we go back, we would practice them very well. And we hope that probably in your next settings, we'll still come and observe, because I see this house to be very interesting. Actually, this is my first time of being in a different parliament house. I've seen a sitting like this. And yes.
Let's give a yeah. Thank you.
Yes, and seeing us how all honorable members are participating, I really, really like the zeal and everything. So I think that is all for now. I would like to say thank you once more.
Thank you.
And sorry, also I'm here with my Deputy Speaker, Honorable Jesse, my clerk.
Please, before you see them, hello, please, before you see them, nobody should go and collect number. You collect? Okay, it's okay. Please, hey. So, okay. Please, let's finish. If we finish and you won't collect them, I can go and collect. But let's finish. All right, so. Yes.
Yeah, so as I earlier said, I'm here with my Deputy Speaker, Honorable Jesse. And also Honorable Josephine, the clerk of our and also Honorable Josephine. Another Josephine. Thank you very much.
Please, the last name is?
She's also Josephine. They are both Josephine's. Yeah.
Okay. Please, honorable member, you've not caught my eye. Honorable Jesse, do you have anything to add up to? Okay, let me hear you.
Mr. Speaker, the chair in the house. It's very unfortunate that we have our vice president still in our midst, and the general secretary. Okay, yes, please. They are not members of parliament, and we said they should go and come back. So this introduction, they shouldn't even be aware of it. Please, they can go out with their budget.
Overruled, because every member of the SRC can listen to parliament. Is welcome to parliament. They are not saying anything.
They came for an assignment.
Hello, see.
Mr. Speaker, they should go and come back. When they go out and come,
Vice President will not come and collect your number, so relax.
Oh, the number there, it is assured, but he has to go out and come back as an observer. He's an interested party.
Overruled. So they are still members of the SRC. Article 1. AOBs. I'll be visiting their parliament. Who would want to go? Okay. So AOB. This particular year, I look forward that all members of parliament, especially active members of parliament, will be receiving a citation as we are going to end our term. We are looking forward that, yes, you end your term, where some people might be re-elected as members of parliament or in different capacities or so whatsoever. So when the time comes, all members of parliament, your names and if your pictures and all added, so that those who don't have anything on their walls, at least I'll give you something you can go and hang. Yes. George does frames, but his room he doesn't have a frame. So please, you're overruled. You're out of order. You're out of order. You're out of order. You are out of order. Okay, so I'm taking AOBs, 2 AOBs. George, you're out of order.
The chair, the house, Mr. Speaker, I remain Fifi. And I.
Please.
Honorable Speaker. Yes. Before I
before
continue.
you go, I have seen an association on campus which is not registered.
Mr. Speaker, I'm about touching on that.
Hello.
I'm about touching on that.
I'm coming before that. I have seen an association lingering on our platforms which has not come to Parliament for ratification. And I understand that Curious Class or whatsoever is under your tutelage. Are you an imposter? We want you to do the right thing. We want you to do the right thing. No. I want to say before you say he said it. So I want to do the right thing. By the next sitting, we have to get that so that we know the brains behind that association. Before we get to realize as a terrorist group, they will say, you are also not a student. So thank you very much. You can continue.
Thank you, Speaker of the House. As I was saying, I remain Fifi and also from the gated Palmoy village. Mr. Speaker, before I move on to the AOB, I think it was very, very heartwarming to know that our dear colleagues are coming from VVU, and very unfortunate that we got to hear only the speaker talk and not hear a female voice because AOB.
I will allow it.
Mr. Speaker, I think they did so well by balancing every equation, 2 men, 2 women, and it was perfect. And in the spirit of that, to carry that to an end, they were supposed to let another woman also talk from that side. Thank you.
Okay, so
Mr. Speaker.
I'm coming. I will allow it. However, it's their right whether they want to talk or not. So please,
if they would have to talk.
Hello, please. Our guest, do you have something to say? Please, just say hi. Just say hi to us, please.
Okay, hi.
Do you want to hear the other hi too? Please, let's say hi.
Hi.
Okay. Okay, so let's continue.
Mr. Speaker. I think the second high.
You want to hear it again? You want to hear it again?
Mr. Speaker, I'll hear it backstage. Yeah.
Okay, so let's continue.
Okay, so Mr. Speaker, to go on to the AOB. First of all, I would start by what I intended to have end with. That's the curious class. Mr. Speaker, as a good standing member of this house, I wouldn't want to do anything illegal. And so therefore, the curious class that you've seen flying on all the campus platforms is in due process.
Let's say bye-bye to them.
As in due process, and also all the documentations are going on. The constitution and also the letter to the registrar is just in line. And so we think after that, that is when we would have to come to the house for the right proceedings to go on. Secondly, Mr. Speaker.
But to correct you, before you go to registrar, procedurals are the SRC is the mouthpiece of the student body. No, if you see, I may forget. So if you want to address anything to registrar, you address it through the appropriate quarters. It has to go through the SRC, to the dean of students, to registrar. But it looks like you are learning right. You were talking about nice equations, but you didn't balance your own equation. You see, so it's not too late as we are learning. Follow the steps of you. What's your name? Squatsa. You follow here. We agree. We put a cover note. SRC push it. Dean of student approve and register. That's all. So please look at it and then correct it. But you can continue.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and I think I will do just that by the close of this meeting. Mr. Speaker, secondly, something very important that I want all of us, all the parliamentarians should draw our attention and also for us to look into is the issue of how gradually the image of the WIC Parliament, I don't want to say that we are losing our credibility, but I believe that there are some challenges that we would have to pay attention to. First of all, yes. First one being the fact that in the same house, not approving a particular project whereby that project was seen through, we didn't hear any explanation or information or whatsoever. That in itself, I feel it is a big disrespect to the house, and that matter must be addressed. And also, Mr. Speaker, the issue about students not having their results on time. The president has touched on it, and I believe as a representative of the people, we must push the agenda in as much as the elected officials are doing their best. As members of parliament, it should be our interest because we are in the same class with our constituents, and if they need answers to their results, they don't go to ask any elected official. It is in the class. That is where they attack. When is the results coming out? Mr. Speaker, as a matter of urgency and of importance to us, members of parliament, we want to use your humble office to champion this cause. If the elected officials are not seeing the need to push this to make sure that the results are out on time, Mr. Speaker, through your high office, we are begging you that we are pleading you, thank you, that you join this cause and this call for the results to be released on time. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, I don't know the last time you walked through campus because the internet connectivity on campus is very poor.
Let me address you. So I want to give you a directive for a parliamentary question. What was introduced last semester? A parliamentary question on projects that you see you can get approvals. Get a parliamentary question, and then the appropriate quarters will be dragged to come and answer. Again, to the issue of results, I have taken parliamentary notice, and then I would write a displeasure to management, which, when it's ready, I'll allow all members of parliament in this parliament sitting to append their signatures to that. Let's see forward, maybe by the close of this week, it should be ready, so that we can also push it to management to address our displeasure. That's what I can say to that.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, so last one. No, Salom is out of order. Thank you. You have not even been accredited, but you have quite the record. I said that he's an observer. Do you have a notice that I have revoked your accreditation? Okay. Let me hear you. Oh, please, we need to close.
Yes, the Speaker of the House. So, with what Honorable Oscar said, when we pay close attention to, please, Mr. Speaker. We are behind time. So, Mr. Speaker, when we pay close attention to Parliament, we've realized that we have a lot of parliamentarians who are not aware that they are parliamentarians. One. So, when we say parliamentarians, class reps. Class reps are parliamentarians, but most of them are so not aware that they are parliamentarians. So I'll plead with your house that if possible, we do a round check. Get students updated that on this day, if you're a class rep, an elected class rep, you're a parliamentarian, and if you're a committee member, a committee head, you're a parliamentarian. When I was coming, I heard you saying there are key parliamentarians who are yet to show their faces, i.e., the External Affairs President and the Secretary, the Women's Commissioner, the Intercom Chair is yet to show his face in Parliament. The project committee is here, Protocol Committee. These are key committee members and committee heads who are supposed to be in Parliament to make sure SRC projects. Because, like Honorable Fifi said, if we had those committee heads here, I'm sure by this time certain proceedings won't be delayed. Because if the finance head is not here in Parliament, the finance committee head is not here in Parliament, the Auditor General walked out of Parliament. So then if we have that education on parliamentarians, we'll do that. Then, last point. We are getting close. We are getting close to SRC week, but as it stands now, wondering if it will come on or it won't come on. Yes. No, SRC week there. The budget is the money going to run it. So but when it comes out,
thank you. You can resume your seat. So the SRC week issue. Jay spoke to me today. There was one or two challenges that they were facing, and for that matter, by the close of tomorrow, we should see certain activities. However, if by the close of tomorrow, as his words doesn't hold, already I have a motion to drag him to come and ask questions why they're not seeing him responding to people's issues. And then the motion went on to say he should give reasons why he should not be impeached. But that motion didn't catch my eye. So we are, because he has actually given me assurance by tomorrow we should hear certain things. So if by tomorrow we don't hear certain things, then maybe we can consider going to look at the motion. So I think that's how we are going to look at that. So thank you very much. So all AOBs have been suspended. So any motion to suspend sitting, any motion to suspend sitting.
His last, you just talk.
So
no, you have to talk. Just talk.
You see, after swearing him in, I wanted him to preside, and he was like, I should relax, I should cool down. Listen, for that seat, he won't sit there. He is not in the dock. That one is a dock. He is not in the dock. My friend, talk. He should feel the direct is politician.
I go by the name Enoch Alabinyo Mowoko. I wish to move a motion to suspend today's meeting to the next one.
Seconder.
I said I hereby move a motion to suspend today's sittings too.
Okay. In many who favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. On that note, Parliament has been suspended. Shall we rise? The speaker is working out. You can come and chair and do your whole meeting. Wait for the speaker and the guests to go out. The speaker and then the guests to go out. When I go, you can do your meeting. I am going with my clerk.